Hi guys, welcome to another video with horsemanship from Ginny. I'm Yaz, and in this video I'm going to be going through an old video with a mare that I loaded a little while ago. I think I did 3 sessions with her and a couple of video calls. Basically, this was a friend's horse. At the time I was still working in security, and this mare started to refuse to load. She's an eventer. She was young at the time. I think she was 5. And in this video, I'm largely wanting to show the difference in my loading previously and how I worked with horses before to how I work with them now. Although I thought my methods included taking into account the horse's emotional state when it came to loading, through watching a lot of my older videos and just through remembering them and working with new horses, loading, I've realised that a lot of it really wasn't. It did a bit, but not to the extent I do now. And I was a lot harder on the horses back then. I had a lot less tools in my belt to get horses comfortable, get them understanding what I was asking, so I largely relied on upping pressure to get what I wanted out of horses. Now, you'll have to excuse the videos on this. I wanted a long video on this when I asked my partner to do it, but he's not used to horses. I think this is the first time I'd ever took him to see a horse or him watching me work with horses, and he got lots of short clips and missed a lot of the really important stuff in the video, but I will explain what I'm doing as best I can to what you can see from the video. So I still do a lot of what I'm doing in this video where I turn the horse away from the lorry, and as you can see there, it didn't matter that she didn't want to step on the ramp. The fact that she offered to bring a leg forward was what really mattered. She buckled her knee and she offered a forward movement. So I released the pressure. Yeah, so she's really sticky here, and you can see I'm a little bit harsher on her in the way I'm handling her than I work with horses now. I don't like to manhandle them so much, and you can see I just up the pressure, and I keep upping the pressure here. She's already starting to get jumpy. I keep the forward pressure on. She was also going off to the side of the lorry. This was largely to prevent her from doing that. But by this point, I should really be finding something else. And you can see she gets so stressed out, she needs to have a poo. So this is why I don't particularly like just upping the pressure. She did eventually put her front feet on the ramp. And it was largely just through upping the pressure on her and putting a lot of head collar pressure on. I've got a normal fluffy head collar on here. You can see I'm popping her on the head. I don't particularly like to do that now. Putting a bit of punishment in for her avoidance. So that's just avoidance when the horses look out like that. They're allowed to do it. I do discourage them from doing it, but I don't pop them on the head anymore and punish them for it. As you can see here, she's starting to just stretch up the lorry. Now I would have backed her off. What she's essentially done is she's stuck. She's going to really struggle to take that step with her hind leg. You can see she's just stretching with her front leg and pawing out of frustration now. She is moving her back legs, which is why I take the pressure off her, because her back legs are more important than her front legs. There we go. But it was really tricky for her to take that step. I should have backed her off. Not all the way off the ramp, but just so she wasn't stretching so far up the ramp. And as you can see, she doesn't want to stay there. She's not wanting to stand, and so she comes off the side. I don't mind that. That's to be expected. And again, I walk her around, take her away from the lorry and ask her to come up again. And again, she's stretching a lot and very sticky with her back end. By this point, I wouldn't want to be pulling her up. I don't like that. I put so much pressure on her head to get what I wanted out of her here. But she's more comfortable standing on the ramp in this clip. My boyfriend's losing the horse. Yeah, sorry about the videoing. But yeah, so she's more comfortable standing on the ramp in this clip, and then I let her up. She walks up quite calmly. This is the first time she actually goes up the ramp. You can see I'm well chuffed with myself getting her on, and I'm buzzing with her. Comes off calmly, and again, we're just going to go up and down a few times. working on her being able to, I think I should be working more on her ability to stop on the ramp, because you can see she's still very sticky. So here I'm just putting pressure on. There's not much skill involved in this. It's largely just knowing how and when to put pressure on, when to release it, because you can get away with a lot if you've got good timing on your releases. You can see here she's leaning very heavily on me, pulling me. I'm pulling her back, trying to twist and turn her. Obviously, as soon as she buckles her legs, I do release the pressure because I don't need her to step forwards, but she's already been up and down the ramp twice now. So I would want less reluctance, and I think the expectation of the fact that she's come up the ramp is part of why I put so much pressure on her. See there, she backed off and then she took a step forward. There we go. See there, I go to what I need to do. I should back her off. I should get her softer to the forwards and backwards. So there, I shouldn't ask her to come forwards again, but I did. And she's buckling her legs a little bit. So she's offering to come forwards, but she's not comfortable. She's not in a position where it's easy for her to either. Her balance is off. Her front legs are right up the ramp. She needs to have her legs closer together in order to be able to walk up comfortably. Like I said, you can be quite effective with these training methods regardless, because as long as you're good at releasing pressure, the horses can usually figure it out. But again, I'm way too hard on her, way too harsh on her. It does work. Like I said, it's still effective. It still does the job. And she still loads to this day. She's got no problems with it. But here, I'm just leaning on her. I'm just putting pressure on and off, on and off. She's starting to get a bit numb to me, so I needed to wake her up a bit. It just creates a lot of pressure. It makes things a lot harsher than they need to be. And I don't work like this anymore with horses. I don't have tug-of-war fights with horses on the lorry. Again, I should have... She came forward a little bit there. I should have offed the pressure, but I didn't because I wanted to come up the ramp. I want her back feet on the ramp, and she's just not in a place. Again, she's not in a place mentally or physically where she can, and I'm just too hard on her, way too hard on her. And you'll see a lot of this in loading training, natural horsemen. Again, it gets cut off. I don't know why it got cut off. I think Luke just stopped videoing. But, yeah, she comes up the ramp, but she's not comfortable with it. By the time she's come up the ramp 3 times, 4 times, I should be able to get her on and off without pulling and tugging, and it does come eventually. See there, she comes on a lot easier, but it's mostly through she knows it's not worth a fight anymore. It's not worth the arguments because it's just not going to happen. She's got to come up the ramp. It's not through comfort or understanding. So that was my loading with Maggie video. Like I said, that was an old video. If you'd like to see more videos like that, where I'm talking over what I'm doing, explaining what I'm doing, explaining what I'm doing wrong, explaining what I'm doing right, then you'll have to go have a look at my Patreon memberships. From Standard Pro and above, you'll have access to all those videos for no extra cost. The memberships start from £5 a month, and each membership package has different options of what you'd like and what you get access to. There will be live Q&As once a fortnight. There will be the option for free lessons, and every single one of my members, no matter how small the membership is, from basic membership all the way to the advanced membership, you will get discounts on in-person training sessions. So me coming out to train with your horses, you'll get discounts, starting from 5% discounts up to 30% discounts, which if you're paying for £1,000 loading course, 30% is a decent amount off that. That leaves you to £700 for your loading course rather than £1,000 for it like it is at the minute. Podcasts are released on there, so if you don't want to download any of the podcast app, you'll be able to listen to them all on there. You don't have to be a member to listen to them either. You can just go on to my Patreon page and listen to them. Alternatively, if you don't want to have a rolling membership where you pay once a month for the membership, you can buy individual collections. So I'm currently building up my How to Train a Horse to Wear a Bridle collection. There'll be How to Teach a Horse to Stand at the Mounting Block collections. Lots of little things like that. I've got my loading collection where all my loading videos that I post will be in there. You can buy the videos as a collection, or you can buy the videos individually. They're between £3 and £5 depending on what the video is. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. That's my loading video with Maggie. I will see you in the next one.